Everybody, welcome back. Alright, let's go ahead and get back in here. So, did double check it this time. We do, I guess we're gonna check this out. We do have it at the proper resolution. It didn't look like completely terrible, but it did not look great last episode, so sorry about that.
Come on.
It looks fine when you're just like talking to people, but when there's like a lot of action going on, that's where I was starting to notice some stuff going on. Bruh.
Let's go.
You're trolling. Lord. Alright, come on. Still stuck on the bush. Okay. I kind of like that feature where he's just sort of always there if you whistle, so you don't have to go back and get him or anything anymore. Oh, what is that? Oh, just a peasant doing peasant things. Okay.
Run, Roach.
Some kind of guarded treasure or something. Yeah, there's a water hag. What level? Yeah, we can take her. Okay. Yet. Is that Fikyle? No, Fikyle's way over there. Okay. There's a boat right here, though. God, back in 2015, dude, these graphics were probably just, like, insane. I mean, they're still extremely good. My graphics card. People keep funding more of these. This would be really fun. I can afford to, you know, upgrade every, you know, 5 years or so. I'm about due. It's been 5 years since I've got my graphics card. Of course, my previous gaming system built like in 2006 and didn't upgrade it until 2014, and it's still like nothing was super wrong with it. I just was getting like, you know, 25 FPS on like League of Legends. You know, so that was it was time for an upgrade. It's crazy to think it's already been 5 years. I feel like my stuff is still pretty good, but it's probably like not that great by today's standard. A 980 Ti and a 6-core i7. We'll see if we can get this Fikyle stuff going on here. Mob. Yeah, so that's how we got the peddler. So you got to clear out this stuff first so that it's not the cursed isle as much anymore. The decoctions, it's hard to run the decoctions until you get deeper into the alchemy tree or whatever. Generates vitality. Do I have the Spectre one yet? Take less damage. Because you have to choose between your normal potions and the decoctions. Because if you use the white honey to cleanse all toxicity, then it cancels your thing. And each one of these is like 70 poison or something. Yeah, so you can drink like one potion. Like this is a lot. This is 30. This one's 20. This one's 25. So, you know, you're really limited.
I'll be back.
Give us a rest.
I'll be back.
Oh, it has to be at midnight? Okay.
What comes next? Once the
Greetings.
Just in time. Good folk, behold the one who will protect us. You needn't fear. Soon shall we summon the wandering souls. Beyond all help some will be. From these you must protect us. Evil creatures keep at bay. Keep at bay till the ritual's done.
Let's do it.
Begin.
Keep us from harm, and let them not disturb the circle. What is this life? Well, you know.
Fleeting torment, ere we go.
What comes next once life subsides?
Man his own fate decides.
Soon will rise thy dead, thy buried.
Each will say by what they're hurried.
Will ye grant these souls reprieve?
The
We're
storm
prepared to
damaged.
end their grief.
Let's begin Forefathers' Eve.
Dude, the music. Can we just like appreciate this music
Ye
for a
who
second?
wander on the
It's
gale,
so awesome.
ever caught in this world's thrall, see this sign, gentle and pale. Ye we summon, ye we call. A sound I hear.
Spirit grace destiny.
Burn the incense ever higher.
Spirit join in the fire.
Oh, God.
Ye we summon, ye we call. Enter souls, we'll judge ye all.
Misclicking all over the place. It's so hard when I come out of League and then come over here because it's a completely different control scheme. Alright, so we're gonna white honey this.
All is well.
Something whispers, something peeps. Someone near our fire creeps.
All is quiet, all is blue. What beings in the storm is blue.
Ye who wander on the gale, ever caught in this world's thrall, see this sign, gentle, pale. Ye we summon, ye we call.
Oh, God. She just runs straight through it.
Sound I hear, 'tis right.
Spirit
Hark, a sound I hear, 'tis right. A spirit breaks the still of night.
Burn the incense ever higher. Spirit, join us round the fire.
Spirit, speak. This time is yours. Tell us of your ghostly woes.
Who are you?
He knows.
Should I drive him away?
Nay.
I've come for you, patricide.
Begone, foul force! I cast upon you the light of the eternal fire! Abomination! Stop this at once!
The errant souls! We must help them!
Silence! I'll not tolerate necromancy.
Help me!
Leave now. You're disrupting the ritual.
This is black magic. These folk disturb the dead. We cannot allow it. We will not.
You don't know a thing about their customs.
Take it and disperse the others.
Good folk, leave not these grounds. Ye cannot break the circle.
Oh, he's raising up.
Tis an ill turn. Ill. Woe away. Blood has stained the hallowed ground. Yet we cannot stop what has begun.
The bloodshed, it do any harm?
Tainted lies the circle now. They who thirst for the gore of men shall come. God's willing, they will be few, and the Pellar shall finish the rite.
If you want to continue, I'm ready.
Dude, they have to make another one of these games,
Folk,
man.
we must the eve complete.
I think they are.
Prepare
They're making
yourselves.
one in the past with different characters, but
Ye we summon, ye
the
we
same
call.
universe.
Enter souls, we'll judge ye all.
All is quiet, all is gloom. Beings in the darkness loom.
Something whispers, something peeps. Someone near our fire creeps.
All is quiet, all is gloom. Beings in the darkness loom.
Wraiths! This sacred ground is with blood stained. We cannot the ritual complete. People, save yourselves. If your lives you value, run! Alas, all is lost.
Gotta be a peasant who told the witch hunters about the ritual. That spirit they drove away. Your father's ghost, right? Threatened to come back. Likely to keep his word.
Old man Ambros, the Pellar fears not.
That wraith called you a patricide. He get it right?
Aye.
If I'm gonna help you, I gotta know everything. Why'd you kill your father?
The Pellar does not wish to speak of this.
You can't hope to manage this alone. You're afraid, that's clear. Wraith will hold sway over you. Listen, I'll send him off. I've got to. But I need to know where he's buried. Corpse probably hasn't turned to dust yet. That's his bond to the world of the living.
Ambrose lies in the swamp.
Fine. I'll find his body, see what I can do. It's clearing up.
You can kind of see why it's a little more mixed, why I'm not all in on the north, is because the north, without spoiling too much, we already saw that a little bit, right? In Radovid's town that he's holding, and I think a couple of characters have said this already, that he does favor, like, witch hunters, right? And Church of the Eternal Fire, which are kind of the... I don't know the exact nuances, but they're very similar. They hate everything that's magical and magical people. Guess what? Witchers are magical, sorceresses are magical, Ciri's magical, and that's just kind of a discriminatory evil thing to do. You know, a lot of the elves have magical elements to it, and like the non-humans and stuff like that. So that's one reason among many that you can see why I kind of butt heads. Both Geralt butts heads and does not like the witch hunters as well. But that's why I tend to have a bit more of a nuanced take of blanking on the name, the Black Ones, right? Nilfgaard. It's because they also are not like huge fans of the Lodge of Sorceresses and some of that, and we'll get into that later with some other characters, but I believe they are certainly a lot more tolerant of magic and magical people. And like you saw earlier, Ciri is the Emperor's daughter, and she's very magical. So that's, I mean, yeah, do they do a lot of bad stuff? Sure, all sides do a lot of bad stuff, but it's kind of, I mean, I think of them almost more like the Romans. They tend to be a little bit, like Romans did tons of barbaric stuff too, but they tend to be a little bit more tolerant of like other cultures, slightly more. At least they let them practice and do their thing a bit more than some of the other possible rulers out there. So anyways, it's like, it's hard to pick somebody who's like awesome, you know, or like a really good faction leader, right? It's just, you're kind of picking less bad. And that's kind of how it is in Witcher a lot of times. You don't get a perfect person or a perfect ending. It's just like there's a less bad one, you know? So, but that's what's really cool, is it's gray, it's up in the air, you can agree with it, you can disagree with it. That's what I think is really cool about it. It's not super cut and dry always who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. But that is, you know, that was one thing right there that sort of highlighted it, was, you know, this was very important for the cultural customs of this area, and the witch hunters weren't having any of it. Whereas I think Nilfgaard would be a lot more on the lines of, okay, sure, do whatever your little superstitions are, just pay us the taxes, and, you know, be good little peasants, and you can have your superstitions, kind of thing. Which they think of it as like superstitions and stuff, but it's like, it's real stuff, like you're summoning up things, so, I don't know. I mean, I can also understand why, like, the witch hunters and the Eternal Fire and stuff like that, who aren't magical people, would not like magical people, because magical people are very dangerous. Lodge of Sorceresses, Witchers, even Ciri, you know, a lot of magical people are really powerful beings that are difficult to control and have caused some complicated things. That's a little interesting with that water, or lack thereof there. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, so I understand their position. I just don't sympathize with it, especially from the sort of role-playing perspective of Geralt. And as you can, like, Yennefer has temporarily taken the side of Nilfgaard too, or at least has a temporary alliance with it. So I'm not like simping or anything, but, you know, I would tend to give a little bit more sway to people that she's cool with as well, because she's the love of my life. Don't tell my wife. But where? Oh my god, dude, this thing is so far away. Holy crap! I forgot how far away this thing is. I guess I should have kept going. I thought this was the stopping place. Going off on the little explanations here. I don't remember how this ends. I think there's how this whole quest line ends. I remember going and trying to find that tree. We're not going to do that right now because it looks really cool. It's a huge tree. The stuff in that area is like a really, really high level. Like Skull, you can't even see their levels, I don't think. So it's like later in the game stuff that we'll hopefully run into. Yeah, it looks really cool, this tree thing down here, but it's like probably level in the 20s or 30 even. I guess I should check out and see if any of these swords are actually any good. +7 damage. 4 damage. This has attributes. Yeah, I'd rather have the crit.
That stench.
Oh my god, what the? They're immune to that? They got to continue their attack through the freeze. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so Northern Wind does not work on everybody. Does not work on them very well.
Drowners are coming out of there. Best blow it up.
He just straight ran for it, this drowner. Oh, that's drowned dead. Okay, so he's tougher. Oh god! And he woke up from that a lot faster than I thought he would. What? I don't get anything off of that? I thought he was like a mega upgraded one or something. I don't know. What items did I just get? I'm losing the water damage on that drowner. Got some kind of formula or something, didn't I? I thought I did. Maybe that was a recipe for some kind of crafting or something, whatever. Okay. I better go ahead and try to meditate here. Running out of juice. Oh, I forgot. Didn't I find, I think I found a red. Does this count as red? Yeah, 5% attack power. That's what we want. Yeah, because that's all red. So now we get 25 or 20% extra attack power, which is great. And then this. Put this over here too. Get all those for free. Alright. Yeah, we need to get this one so we can get one more over here. Okay, good. I'm glad I remembered that. That's actually kind of a big deal. Oh.
Swamps kept Ambrose's body in good shape. Even where the Pellers smashed his head in. Gotta incinerate it. That ought to get the Spectre to leave. Leave the world of the living. Never return again.
Jeez, I'm nowhere near. Okay, I guess there's a fast travel over here. I think I know what that is. I'm not gonna go there yet. No spoilers, but guess by even saying anything, it could be a slight spoiler, but whatever. Okay. Okay, we'll just roll over down Warren. Get caught in the trees.
Slow now.
We've been through all this before. With that Dragon Slayer's grotto, so we're just kind of definitely not easy traveling out here. A lot of trees. Ugh, God, I would hate to live here. I mean, it is pretty in sort of its own little way, but I like the woods a lot, but the swamp, ugh, I just feel like I've already been bitten by 100 mosquitoes just watching that. Some of these Witcher contracts now too, now that we have a little bit, some upgrades under our belt here. Need some money also. The Witcher contracts are mostly where you get a lot of your money. You get some cool gear and you level up and stuff by doing the main quest.
Wise wolf. What is it the wolf needs?
Found your father's body. Had to burn it.
Good you did. Return for me ye would have.
What's your story? You actually kill your father?
'Twas an evil man. The Peller feared him once, but then grew brave. What his father did to his mother, the Peller could not look upon it. So he split the father's head with an axe, left him in the swamp. But folk knew.
Ghost's not likely to come back.
Thank you, Witcher. A reward for your aid. And if herbs or remedies you ever need, for near nothing you will have them from me.
Sweet.
White wolf. Wise wolf.
I think he has
Could
quite
use
a few
potion
things, right?
Ingredients.
Does he really let them go a lot cheaper? $130. Yeah, that's a slight discount. Cured Draconoid leather, I think, is a lot of those high-end ingredients that we saw were important for that. These are just the little rune stones and stuff. Like I said, until you start getting probably into like your teens or your 20s in terms of your gear, like late teens, early 20s, when you're going to be holding on to stuff for a long time. I guess in theory I have been holding on to a lot of my gear for quite a long time, but... Ton of Dwarven Spirit. How much do they buy these for? Nothing. We can probably disenchant that into something useful. Let me see. I don't think we're waiting on any recipes. Actually, if he has bison grass and bear fat... so I need 3 Janisha petals, some bear fat, Superior Beast Oil, bison grass. Okay, 4 blow ball. We should be able to buy that. That's good in some situations. And if he has Belize fruit or buckthorn, Vapor Cane. I don't think he has any of that. He does have some bear fat. 45. So he basically is giving me 10% off. Is it four blow ball? We can get that. Genisha petals. We could get that in theory. The bear fat is really expensive. Bears are annoying to have to hunt down though. None of them were super... I guess one... Okay, we can get 1 bear fat and 3 Genisha petals, so we have some Ogrid oil. I don't remember that many Ogrids being around, but... I don't think he has bison grass. So 1 bear fat... and 3 Genisha petals. Like, you can hunt all this stuff down by yourself, but I'd rather just trade it. It feels to me like you save a lot of time with it. I mean, if like an herb is right next to me, I'll pick it, you know, some of the time, but... I think he had bison grass, right? Okay.
So long.
So he gives me a 10% discount on some of those cheaper items. Now, I thought there was another quest around here somewhere. It might have been like up through here. We haven't seen it in a little bit. Bandit camp. Alright, let's go get we could do that fake papers quest eventually too. Dragon's Root using the Witcher. Okay, I remember that. Volunteer. Shrieker, treasure hunt. What's her name? Truths in the Stars. That's what I'm thinking. For Kirametz. That'd be a cool one to end on here. If we can get that quest out of the way. Mess with him here. Really?
Drowners are my favorites.
Oh, jeez. Water hag now with the drowners. Oh, jeez.
merchant's wagon.
Wait, what'd that say? Oh, okay. Those were the people that I think I killed earlier, maybe.
Veered off the road at high speed. Doesn't bode well. Yeah, merchant traveling across Velen alone. No way that was gonna end well.
Huh.
Dry red from Zubaran. Southern slope. Notes of black currant and citrus. Pains the heart. Leftovers, cuts of meat. Cataplepis. Wonder what spell requires that. Package still intact. Don't sense anything magic, though. Wonder how Kira will explain this one.
Huh.
Human. From an artery. Can't be far. Wouldn't have made it. Hid and waited for help. It never came. That's Velen for you.
Huh. Huh. Feels bad.
Run, Roach.
I guess it would have almost been just as fast to run down there, but... Actually, I guess we need to go by this armor here.
Me man went to see the witch again.
You ain't safe.
Let me have a look at you.
How much to repair? 122. That's rough. We need to do some Witcher contracts after this. We need some money.
So long.
Or it hard slaying that hog.
Alright, I think we got time for this. At least part of it.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Got those, substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll...
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine? Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerrikanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you. But you must wait a bit.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo, outside.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out. You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
Note that I said almost. Now don't interrupt.
The king Vin Hateful.
Third mouse, what happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Kira, can I explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace pond and ate Princess Cinderella whole. Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles. Now, to return to the fairy tale. I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother, I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming. It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
Sounds tempting. So tempting, I don't think I can refuse.
Before we go, there's one more thing.
Gotta transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Why not? Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight. Gavella Glan. So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
It's just right.
Oh, I might also have changed your hair colour while I was at it. I've always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm. Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does the dishes.
come on.
Yeah, yeah!
Whoa, Cinderella. We'll have a great fall.
Ha! As fast as you can. Try to catch me.
Curds and whey. Got one raspberry. Not a chocolate. Lean time.
Congratulations. You'd make an excellent jockey.
If only I were a foot shorter and 5 stone lighter.
Well, yes. But then I'd not have invited you here. Now do you see why I needed those substances?
Beef and cinnamon and cloves, roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Shall I pour the white or the...
Dry red, but let it breathe a little first.
Well, well, never took you for a wine connoisseur.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowner bones and wash it down with bottled water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
All right, I'm curious. We celebrating something?
Yes, a return to the living. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
Didn't destroy that workshop, if that's what you're asking. Didn't see any reason to.
If Alexander's findings were to fall into the wrong hands. Although, Fyke Isle has a terrible reputation. None even dare go there. Perhaps there's nothing to worry about. I'm sorry. Such a gloomy subject to broach. I simply shouldn't have, not during our romantic dinner.
Romantic? Thought we came here as friends.
Friends. With benefits. So...
Sorry, there's someone else.
So what? Oh, Geralt.
Oh,
Geralt.
you thought I was simping? I don't think so.
Old-fashioned. Will you at least lie down and gaze at the stars with me?
Why not?
Not risking Yennefer over you? Nah.
Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. Bit indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper it in your ear. Egfain Navi.
Kira? Where? Put me to sleep with a spell. Means she's up to something. Fyke Isle. The tower.
Yeah, she trying. I won't spoil what that is. We see what that is. We've had some allusions to it. If you can put the pieces together, that's going to be the end of this episode. That's a good stopping point. So see if you can put the pieces together, solve the mystery. If you don't know, Why did she put me asleep? Why is she running a Fyke Tower? What's her relationship with Fyke Tower? If you do want to go back on your own, or you can find this on YouTube or somewhere else, probably, you can get a sex scene there with her. It's not like a huge, ultra pornographic type of thing. It's just a quick, whatever, 10-15 second sequence or something. But yeah, if you do want a romancer, you can. I think it does not actually hurt your standing with Yennefer. I won't spoil too much, but there are certain romantic interactions you can have in the game that affect your sort of romantic plot with different potential partners you could have in the game, which is one of the cool things that people debate all the time about this game, is which romantic partner do they favor, who do they choose, how do they get there, what's the plot line. I think more people debate and talk about the romantic plots that are available in this game than they do the actual like main plot that's in this game. So I won't spoil too much, but I believe that if you do hook up with her, from a gameplay perspective, it does not affect any other potential romantic plots that are out there. And there are some other encounters that could be like that too. Just from a lore perspective, I'm not going to cheat on Yennefer. We got 80 years of history, you know, with this Kiera, who's kind of shady anyways on the side, and we'll kind of figure out a bit more about that next time. But anyways, if you do want to see that scene, you can play it out that way if you want. I'm not really sure how true to the books that would be with Geralt. I mean, obviously, Geralt and Yennefer have had lots of other lovers over the years, so, I mean, she's been, you know, hooking up with people behind your back. You've hooked up with other people behind her back in the books and historically, but especially at this moment, and just in general, you know, like how I like to play him, I'm going to be on Team Yennefer, so... Anyways, but it's nice to go out, have a nice dinner, you know, have some romance a little bit, just a little, feel a little, you know, electricity there, but, you know, just call a stop to it at that point, have the nice wine, have a good evening, but that's it. Anyways, that's going to be it, so we'll figure out what's up with Kiera next time, and we'll try to advance the plot a little bit more. We'll see if we can go down and hunt down some of these Witcher contracts, get some money next time. But yeah, that's going to be it. Have a good day, and we'll see you then.